My. It's time to debunk the lies. Now remember, people kept saying, I saw the video from Frisco ISD last year, and it was clear. And I kept saying, how could you see the video from far away and you can't zoom in? This is what I'm talking about. Now tell me, can you see anybody from this distance without zooming in? Can you make out faces? The video has been released. Zoomed in, it's kind of grainy. And people kept saying, how it wasn't blurry, it wasn't grainy. I could see clearly. How could you see clearly that far? You can't. You can't see clearly under the tent from that far. Now, when you zoom it in, this is why the quality gets grainy. First lie. Remember, 4 boys, they kept saying all along, 4 boys made a straight beeline to Karmelo Anthony. Who remember that narrative? Look at the 4 boys right here. Do the 4 boys make a beeline to Karmelo Anthony? All these 4 boys, or children, there could be girls involved, make an exit off screen? The answer will be an exit off screen. But wait, there's more. While the 4 boys was walking off the screen, Karmelo Anthony was already having the verbal altercation with the Metcalfs. Read the caption. Here's a video of Austin and Hunter Metcalf entering Crocodile Stadium wearing shorts. Wearing shorts. Now here's a question for y'all. Remember, they said Hunter Metcalf and Austin Metcalf was wearing all black pants and hoodies. Was Austin Metcalf and Hunter Metcalf wearing pants and hoodies? Or they were wearing shirts and shorts? Now, if we can identify Hunter and Austin, let's show the picture of the 4 boys, shall we? Boom. Here go the 4 boys. Are the 4 boys wearing pants or shorts? So we can already erase the narrative that was Hunter Metcalf and Austin Metcalf, because we already know that Austin Metcalf and Hunter Metcalf was wearing shorts. Now, let's zoom in, shall we? In the zoomed in video, right here, you can clearly see Karmelo Anthony is not being jumped. You can clearly see is a push motion this way and a push motion back this way. And Karmelo Anthony gets up and runs. What happened to the crab walk? What happened to the crab walk? What happened to the guy, Dwayne, saying Karmelo Anthony was punched by Hunter Metcalf and he got away and they pulled him back under the canopy? What happened to that, y'all?
Actually jumping him. The first person to throw a punch was Hunter. Hunter cold-cocked the boy. And that's when they jumped on him. Once he threw that punch, they all started beating on Karmelo. Karmelo disappeared at the bottom because they're all on him. And they're hitting each other, hitting him. Karmelo actually gets away. That's what people don't understand. He got away. He backed out. Austin grabbed his hoodie and pulled him back. And on the video, you can see his gray hoodie stretched out and him coming back. And you can see the look on his face. It was despair because he thought he got away from the beating and they got him. And when they brought him back in, Austin grabbed him and put him in a headlock. That's why you can see the ligature marks on the bottom of his neck.
He said you could see the look on Karmelo Anthony's face of despair. Tell me, can y'all see Karmelo Anthony's face in this video? What the fuck is wrong with people? What happened to this? Where is this footage of Karmelo Anthony being dragged back in to the canopy? Where? Once again, how can you possibly see and identify faces from this far a distance and the canopy is way on the top left of the screen from a zoomed out image? Remember, it was zoomed out. You couldn't zoom in. Y'all said Karmelo Anthony was on his phone. He was getting jumped by 11 people. How? From this angle. This is the actual angle that was shown at K Stadium. Once again, there was no jumping happening. You could clearly see it. Y'all grown-ass people online lied like a motherfucker. Y'all lied. This boy did not get jumped. It was a push. And even he said he put his hands on me. He never said they jumped me.
He put his hands on me. I told him not to. He put his hands on me.
Y'all should be a fucking shame of yourselves.
The first time the larger public is hearing
I have an athlete that was stabbed.
And seeing what a jury had to before convicting Karmelo Anthony of murder in the death of Austin Metcalf under this Memorial High School tent. Late Friday, the 296th District Court in Collin County released most of the evidence presented at trial. The 911 calls played in court detail the struggle to keep Austin Metcalf alive.
Stay with me. Stay with me, Austin.
A coach testified to doing compressions. You can hear the chaos in the background.
Is he breathing? Yes, ma'am.
One witness testified it was Austin Metcalf's brother, Hunter, you mostly hear.
Come on, Austin. Come on, Austin.
The state's evidence shows the moments of the altercation under that tent, but not clearly. The video spotlights Karmelo Anthony's movements immediately after the stabbing. Anthony runs down the bleachers, runs toward an exit. A jog turns into a slow walk. There were student witnesses who testified to pointing out Karmelo Anthony as he left. Anthony would ultimately walk out onto the field where he's intercepted by a coach. It is there an officer makes first contact.
I'm gonna put your handcuffs for now, okay?
The officer's body camera footage was also released. The moment Anthony is sat down and handcuffed. This is where we hear Anthony recorded for the very first time.
This is the alleged suspect.
Prompted by the officer radioing others.
No, I'm not. I know how it goes. I'm not alleged. I did.
Okay.
Carmelo Anthony's handcuffed and walked to a police vehicle. He is recorded saying this.
He put his hands on me. I told him not to. He put his hands on me.
Whether Karmelo had remorse would come up in court. The court also released a number of photos. Some we have decided not to show because they are graphic. We can show you the multi-tool folding knife with a 3.5-inch blade used in the stabbing. It was found 9 rows up from the bottom. Also, Anthony's blue backpack where the knife was pulled from. There are also multiple photos of the memorial tent where coaches and first responders did triage on Austin Metcalf. There's a photo of blood on Karmelo Anthony's finger while he's seated in a police car. There are even the moments before the stabbing. Karmelo Anthony walking onto the stands, passing tents. And video of Austin Metcalf walking into the stadium for the very first time with friends. All moments before the stabbing. That would change the lives of 2 families and leave one teenager dead and another convicted of murder.